Hey there. So happy Tuesday, happy Transformation Tuesday. So I wanted to hop on really quickly because I just posted a one of my favorite transformation like photos or before and after photos that I've done. And it just takes me back to that time in my life where, I was really, really struggling and really, really trying to get a transformation with my body. And I think that we can all relate to wanting to improve or wanting to get healthier or to change. And, I think that sometimes what happens is that we get so stuck on the end result. And I was there. I used to be so focused on the end result. Hey, everybody, everyone's just hopping on. Hey, guys. So, you get so caught up on this end result, right? And I'll be honest. I had a moment where it's like all I want is a six pack. Like that's all I wanted. And that was my goal. And I was in my 20s, and I basically built my whole kind of like identity and existence around like getting a six pack. And I remember just like focusing on that, and I was counting calories and I was doing all these things, and I wasn't getting the results that I was looking for. And so, I would weigh myself every single day and doing all these things. And when I didn't get the results or didn't see the scale moving fast enough, I would restrict myself even more. I would, work out even more. And it turned into this weird situation where it was like I was punishing myself for not getting the results that I was looking for. I was doing more to get those results, and it became this very like toxic relationship with myself and my body and working out and fitness and nutrition. And one day I just was like, I can't keep living like this. Like I cannot keep punishing myself with food and fitness. Like I can't keep doing that. And that's when I realized that if I really wanted transformation, like anything else in the world, anything else in life that you want, and especially even right now, what we're going through, like if we really say that we want to change and transformation in our bodies and our finances and our relationships and anything like that, the reality is honestly, it starts here. And as cheesy as it sounds, just hear me out for a second, because the coach in me has seen this work on myself, and this is what I really like to focus on with my clients too, is that the transformation really happens with the changes that you start making here and here. If you start putting in the work, yeah, that's exactly it. If you start putting in the work on who you want to become, then that begins to change how you show up. It changes how you arrive. It changes your behaviors and your habits. And that's where real transformation happens. It's not in cutting more and more calories. It's not in working out double time or triple time. Like that's just going to add more stress and more frustration to the journey. What will happen when you start to think about, okay, why do I want this six pack? Like what does that even really mean? Like does it mean that I'm strong? Does it mean that I'm desirable? Does it mean that I'm proving something for myself? Figure out what that real like desire is for that aesthetic that you're looking for. And then start to attach these habits, these ideals, these values around why you want that. And then you build from there. So for me, honestly, I just wanted to look at my body, and I wanted to see a body that was strong. I wanted to see what my body was capable of. I wanted to see how I could really transform my physical body. And the reality was that I had to start looking at food as a way to fuel and nourish my body, not as an enemy or not as a way to punish my body. I had to start understanding that the food that I put into my body was serving a greater purpose. It was helping to make me strong. It was helping to give me what I needed to show up as this like strong person. Because for me, and many of you might have known my story with depression and anxiety and all of that, but there was a big chunk of my life where I felt weak. I felt weak as a woman. I felt weak as a human being. I felt pathetic. I felt like a loser. And there was really nothing else that I really wanted. I just wanted to look strong. I wanted to take up space. And I wanted people to look at me and see strength, because I felt like I had no strength in me at all. And so I had to shift. No longer was my workouts as a way to like get this rock hard body. Now my workouts were, you're building strength. Every workout that I completed was like, you did something for yourself. You got your win for the day. Because the reality was, I the reality really was that I felt like such a loser every day that by completing my workout, that was my one win for the day. And if I could continue to get a win for the day, I felt stronger. I felt like I could accomplish more things. And wouldn't you know it, that as I kept getting that strength and kept building that, you know what happened? I started walking into rooms, taking up more space. My posture changed because now I'm using my body to actually feel strong. I started using my voice. I was able to quit my job and then become a trainer. All these things that I was in. I got out of a bad relationship. I was able to move across the country. Like, all these things started to change because I stopped focusing on all of these weird things that I put in my head about what I needed to look like or what I had to do, and using food and fitness as a way to get there. So that was the first kind of transformation that happened. And you have to understand that when you start going through that process, you become different. That's the big transformation. It's not about the six pack. It's not about the body fat getting less. That's not the thing. That's the bonus. The real deal transformation that we should all be focusing on is, how do we change the parts in us that we want to change to elevate and become a better version of ourselves? Like, how do we step up and level up to be a person that is strong, a person that is healthy, a person that is happy, a person who is rooted in their belief systems, a person who stands up for what's right. Like, these are the things that change, because honestly, that's how the transformation happens, and it's how it continues. Right? Like, I've had a transformation that happened years ago, and I've been able to maintain my body, right? I've been able to maintain my weight, my strength, because of the habits that I had to change years ago. So now I don't have to struggle. If I eat a cookie or eat ice cream or eat a burger or eat pizza or whatever, I'm not stressed out about that, because I've built a lifestyle on how I want to live my life. And I've created principles, not rules. I don't believe in rules, because you know why? Rules are meant to be broken. So I don't create rules around fitness and food, because I'm going to break them. Right? I'm going to create these restrictions, and I'm going to break them. I create principles, because principles are based off values, and values come from the internal part of who I am. So if I have a value-based principle that I apply to how I fuel my body and how I work out and how I show up, then that's just ingrained in who I am. But please believe it takes time. The shift that happens when you start to focus your transformation on the inside and let it kind of come out on the outside is that you might not get your physical results as quickly as you want them. And that's going to be frustrating. It's going to be frustrating because we've been conditioned to believe that everything has to happen right now, right away. That's not reality. That's not safe, and it's not healthy. So if you are really pushing yourself to get to this unrealistic goal in a short amount of time, you're going to punish yourself. You're going to ruin your hormones. You're going to just put your body through it, and you're going to put your mind through it. Instead, it's I now check myself on a daily basis. Okay, what am I doing today to honor my body? What am I doing today that is helping me? What am I doing today that's creating more space for who I want to become? And if you can get past that, then at the end of the day, it's no longer about being skinny or having a six-pack or, the number on the scale. It's about looking in the mirror and being like, dang, I love the woman. I love the person looking back at me, because she worked hard to change who she is. It's no longer the goal is skinny. No, the goal is strong. The goal is happy. The goal is to be proud of myself. That's the transformation. And if you can instill that into your life, and that doesn't just go with fitness. Again, I'm talking about fitness because I'm a trainer, I'm a coach. So of course I'm going to talk about those things. But think about it, take it out of context. Think about your finances, right? Think about your relationships. Think about your big goal to maybe quit a job, write a book, do whatever. Think about all those things. And sometimes we're so focused on the what and focusing on that end result that we lose sight of who we are. And you lose yourself. You lose yourself for this thing that you think is going to make you better, richer, more desirable, whatever it is. But if you can just say, why is this important to me and who do I want to become? That's where the transformation happens. And I'm loving all your comments, and I'm loving to see that, that you feel me on this, because I didn't want to post my post on my feed of this before and after, because I understand that you might see a before and after and see this physical transformation, but please believe and understand that the real transformation happened when I started to change how I thought about myself and my body, how I thought about how I wanted to show up. And that's really where it is. And if you can build that, the reality is what's been great from that transformation is that there is now nothing that I don't think that I can't achieve anything anymore. Like, I truly believe that I can achieve any goal that I set my mind to, because I've done the work to transform who I am. And let's double click on that. It also means that as you grow and as you learn, you also have to reevaluate, reassess, and you may have to do another transformation on the inside. Your why may change. Your principles, your values may change. So don't stay stuck just because you did the work once. It doesn't mean that it sticks forever. It means you're always evolving. You're always learning. Today I was reading this book called Leadership by John C. Maxwell, and he talks about layered learning. And it just means every time you get a new life lesson, you have to reapply it to, like, you have to value check it. Like, what is this new lesson teaching me? Is it changing me? Is it shaping me? Is it creating something new in me? And that's where the transformation happens. Don't get stuck, because the same ways and the same methods won't always work. And I can honestly say that because what I could do in my 20s to kind of tone up and what happens now in my 30s as a 36-year-old woman is different, y'all. It is very different. So clearly I had to change some things. I had to change some things in that realm too. But it is not just a one-way approach. And that's what I want you to remember. So if you're seeing all these Transformation Tuesday photos of before and afters, that's amazing. That's great. But don't discount the real transformation that happened on the inside, because that's truly how you get there and how you continue to transform and to grow. So I appreciate you listening to my little rant. I just want to post it because I just felt it was important to share. But let me know if you have questions, if you need support, if you're like, okay, I'm ready to make a real transformation, hit me up. Like, that's what I'm here for. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching my rant. I'll keep this up. I'll save it if you need it. Feel free to share this with someone who might need a little love, a little inspiration or motivation today. But other than that, happy Tuesday, and find that transformation. It starts in here. It starts here. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.